While this elderly woman was trembling at the checkout counter because her card got declined for the third time, the long line behind her started to get impatient. A young businessman in a sharp suit loudly groaned and said, "Come on, Grandma, if you can't afford a loaf of bread, just leave. You're wasting everyone's time." The woman apologized with tears in her eyes and started putting the items back. But the cashier, a young man named Ben, stopped her. He smiled warmly and said, "Don't worry, ma'am, I got this." He swiped his own card and paid nearly $100 for her groceries. The businessman laughed and mocked him, saying, "Wow, look at the hero, wasting a day's salary on a stranger? No wonder you're just a cashier." Just then, the store manager walked over. Instead of praising Ben, he scolded him, saying, "Ben, this is a business, not a charity. You're holding up the line. Pack your things and leave. You're fired." As Ben walked out of the store, devastated, the angry manager followed him outside, yelling, "And don't you ever come back to my property." Just then, a luxury limousine pulled up next to them. The back window rolled down, and a wealthy woman stepped out. It was the businessman's fiancée. She saw Ben and froze in shock, then ran up and hugged him, crying, "Ben, is that really you?" The businessman was confused and asked, "Why are you hugging this loser?" The fiancée wiped her tears and said, "This loser is the only reason I'm alive. 10 years ago, when I was homeless and starving, he gave me his own lunch every single day until I got back on my feet. He never asked for anything in return." Suddenly, the elderly woman from the store walked out, flanked by 2 bodyguards. She walked up to them and said, "Actually, he didn't ask for anything, but I know what he has been searching for his whole life, a family." Ben looked at her in confusion as she handed him an old locket. It was the same locket his mother gave him before she passed away. The elderly woman revealed, "I am your grandmother. I've been searching for you for 20 years. I pretended to be poor to test if you still had your mother's kind heart. You passed, my grandson." The businessman and the manager stood in disbelief as the grandmother revealed she owned the entire grocery chain. She looked at the manager and said, "You fired the only honest employee I have, so now you are fired." Then she looked at the rude businessman and banned him from her stores. Seeing his true colors, the fiancée took off her engagement ring, threw it at the businessman, and left with Ben and his grandmother. Drop a heart if you believe kindness always finds its way back home.